listeners. So I am Ann Marie McQueen, editorial director for Livehealthy, and I'm here today with Sonia Gonzalez from Venezuela, a sound healer, Reiki master, and she runs the platform and business Celestial Sounds Immersion. I came across Sonia 7 years ago now. I went to your very first sound healing in Masdar City, and my friend and I were transported. It was the most amazing thing, and it's just been the most amazing thing to see you grow and develop and share this with people. And a lot of people, I think, go to the donation-based class at Manor at Al Sadia on Monday nights, but you're all over doing it. So can we just go back to the beginning of how you got into all this? Because It's kind of an interesting story.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. I actually got into sound healing due to my own healing path. Several years ago, I had very severe symptoms. I went through 5 years depression. My hair was falling, dry skin. I was forgetting things, having panic attacks, anxiety, and then I was diagnosed with Hashimoto's thyroiditis, which is an autoimmune disease. And the doctors would say that there's nothing that can be done. So then sound healing just came to me. I was looking into a YouTube video, and I remember when I listened to a crystal ball sound, my whole body reacted to it. I had goosebumps. I said, what is this? Like, you know, it was very new to me, although I was already like Reiki practitioner, and I was really into energy, knowing how energy can heal, or we can connect to energy in order for us to feel better. Mm-hmm. And then I ordered this crystal ball, and I started doing it for myself. I started singing with the crystal ball and noticing how I became happier, more joyful. Suddenly the symptoms started diminishing. But the sensation that I had is that when you are sleeping and you feel that you come into your body, have you had that sensation? But the opposite way. I felt like literally things leaving my body. Like boom, like that.
It was leaving your body? Like
yes.
what? Like what? Like just...
Like you can say that weight. Some weight that was in me suddenly just living and living and living. And then the symptoms started getting better, but actually the antibodies in the blood got into the normal range.
Wow.
So I was able to reverse the autoimmune disease.
And did you do anything else?
I did Reiki, and also, you know, proper diet, nutrition, dense diet, exercise, having the proper sleep pattern. Mm-hmm. But I need to say that sound healing was really what propelled this overall health.
Okay, let's just go back. I also have Hashimoto's, and I've been untangling why I think it happened. Why do you think that you developed this autoimmune disorder?
Oh, definitely it was a very difficult situation in my life. Many things starting crumbling. So I was pregnant, okay. So I had some postpartum depression, but also the situation in Venezuela was really bad. Fortunately, we got to come here through my husband's job, but then, you know, going to another country, being alone with a baby, the kids, and there was so many things going on. And then, yeah, basically it manifested in that way,
okay.
My body.
So first off, how did you access the sound healing when you didn't have a crystal ball?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I was listening to YouTube videos and meditations as well.
Okay.
So I remember I was doing meditations day and night, every single day.
Wow.
Every single day, because I felt so great afterwards.
It was like the only thing that gave you relief.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. And yeah, and then some healing.
Yeah.
You know, I started.
It was healing you. So can you explain a little bit about the science? Because this has been studied, and it's not woo-woo and crazy. Like,
exactly.
There's actually science-based.
Absolutely. So when your body relaxes and you receive sound healing, the vibration enters your body. So basically you are having a vibration massage, you know, your cells, your organs, and your glands start producing hormones. So normally the happy hormones are produced, oxytocin, serotonin, endorphins, dopamine, and that leaves you with a well-being feeling, like you suddenly feel amazing. You feel connected, you feel joyful. Also the instruments that we use and the techniques, they produce binaural beats, which then induce the mind into theta brain waves. Okay. And this is a state where the body heals itself. Okay. So as you say, it's not a woo-woo thing. It's not the sounds are going to heal you, no. It's the sounds creating the proper conditions so that then the body heals itself.
Like I've read that it's actually a frequency, and then so yes. we're so much water that we're actually attuning to the frequency. Someone explained it's like when you see a flock of birds flying and they entrain and they all get together in the same way. That's you're doing that with the sounds.
Exactly.
It's beautiful. So that's why it feels good.
Yes.
And I've read that they're using this in like operating rooms and like
it's
athletes
incredible.
are using it. Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah. Because at a philosophical level, sound is what we are, right? So there is a point during the sound healing session when you are disconnected to your normal life, you know, the to-do list, everything you need to do, and you become one with the sound. And that gives you this sensation that I am more than this body. This connection with your divinity, with your original blueprint, which is beautiful and is completely healed. Is amazing.
So that is so interesting, that feeling, and you've had this experience where it helps you realize that you're not just a physical body, you're connecting to the universe. Like, can you just talk about how that has changed your mind a little bit? Or
yeah, absolutely. Because you start experiencing yourself as patterns, for example. So you see your behaviors, you see your thought patterns, you become more conscious. Because other effect of sound healing sessions is you open doors into your subconscious mind, and you are able to see what is there ready to be embraced, to be released. Yeah, to understand. So it's a self-discovery tool as well, and I love that. And many people have these cosmic realizations or journeys during the sound healing sessions. So really you feel like you are in the universe.
Yeah, this is crazy. So you've conducted sound healing sessions in the desert. Like, how many sound healing sessions have you done now? Do you have any idea?
I don't know, thousands.
Yeah, and you're traveling around the region and doing them. What sort of things have you seen people go through? Like, what sort of reactions do you see?
Yeah, it's incredible, like the whole range of reactions. People become more happy. Some people experience like a flushing of emotions, and suddenly they start crying, they start feeling, having intense vibrations in the body, which is what I had. And that's why I'm able also to, hold space, because I know how healing it is, that you feel what is in your body and suddenly leaves. Yeah, different kind of reactions, but in the more you do the sessions, the more you peel the layers of your subconscious mind, the more you're able to find this hidden treasure within you.
Do you have regulars who come to you over and over and over?
Yes, absolutely. In Manarat, Sadiyat, which are the donation-based sessions, I have people coming every single week.
Wow.
Yes.
I've seen groups too, like Friends Go. It's like a thing they're doing together.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, I went to Sealing. I love it, obviously, and you sleep so well after.
Yes.
I went one time, not yours, and there was a gong, and I had the worst time. Yeah. I was so angry and upset the whole time, and after, we all went around and said how we felt, and I said, I'm sorry, I was angry, and I hated it. Yeah. And then the girl beside me said, the whole time I could feel you being angry. And I said, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. So what's going on there? Because the therapist said this happens sometimes, and the gong can be very confronting. Yeah. It's never happened to me since, but I just wondered. I have been irritated before. Yeah. What's going on there?
Well, what you feel, you heal. It's the same. You are going into your subconscious mind. Many times we experience this angry anger inside, and we have even fear. So the gong is a master healing instrument. What is happening is you are resonating with the vibrations, and this anger, this fear needs to come out, because it has a tendency to bring you into high frequencies.
Okay.
So then everything that is low in frequency needs to come out.
Okay.
And to be observed by the conscious mind. That's why you felt it.
Yeah.
Then what you need to do is to embrace it. Okay, this is me.
Yeah.
This is what I have inside of me. Thank you for showing me.
Yes.
And, just release it.
I've heard you say this at the end, and I've heard you say this at the beginning before, and I always remember that time, because that time I thought, oh, this isn't supposed to be happening. Okay, so tell us a little bit about your instruments here.
Yes. Okay, so we have here a Tibetan bowl, and it's a very beautiful instrument that is multitonal. So one instrument has different notes, and that is creating this resonance inside of the body, and also understanding that we are multidimensional beings.
Okay.
It's like our emotions, our thoughts are in other dimensions, and they're resonating as well with the sounds.
Okay.
And these instruments, the Tibetan bowls, are the ones that create more vibration when they're close in the body.
Okay.
So the principle of healing through sound is intention, sound, and vibration.
Okay.
These are the ones that produce more vibration, and the gongs as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Then we have the crystal bowls, and the crystal bowls, very soothing sounds. They create vibration as well. They're also different tones, right? But the vibration they create is more in the subtle level of energy, and therefore creating like more elevation, more disconnection with our higher selves, if you want to call it that way.
Okay.
And here, of course, I have many other
Yeah, you have a whole
instruments.
setup when I finish. It's like, yeah.
But I brought a few. So this is a crystal pyramid,
Okay.
very beautiful as well. And what it's creating is this sacred geometry patterns inside of you. When you see vibration in water, it's creating patterns.
Yeah.
So the pyramid also is creating these patterns inside of you, making the body resonate with it.
Okay.
And then I brought a little gong.
This is a little gong. Oh, I better watch.
But it's the same. And by the way, you had this experience with a gong bath, but maybe you go another day and the experience will be completely
Yeah, no,
different.
I've had it since, and it was completely fine. It was just this one time.
Exactly.
Whoa.
Yeah. And then,
And that gong was huge.
yes, yes.
Which you have that too, I've seen.
Yes, I do. And this is
Oh, this is my favorite one of all
one of
time.
my favorites. I remember you love it. So this is a combination of rain drum and ocean drum, because with sound healing we also use the elements. So the air, the water, the earth, and what's missing? Then the fire.
And the fire.
Yeah, so this will be related to water elements, and with this one we are connecting with our sacral area and the emotions as well.
Okay, and what's inside that to make that sound?
They're
like
just
that?
little beads.
Oh, when you walk around with that, it's like, because you walk around and put it, it's the most delicious
It's
feeling of all
amazing.
time.
Yes.
So when you travel with these, how do you keep them safe?
I do my best to wrap them.
Yeah. Does anyone ever say, what are you doing with all these? Do you put them in the cargo?
You mean in the
the
airport?
custom, yeah.
Yeah. You know, I have a rain stick. It's very long, and then everybody had to stop me. What is this? You know, I look like a really.
It's like you're gonna a weapon.
yeah.
Meanwhile, you're the most relaxed person. Oh gosh. Well, there's a lot of people doing this now.
Yes.
Is there anything to be careful of? Because sometimes I worry, covering all this stuff, that there's so many people doing it. You know, I worry in yoga that there's so many people teaching yoga and they aren't all good. Is there any fear of that with sound healing? Is there any, because you said intention is very important.
Exactly. So we are working with these three elements. Of course, a practitioner has to have the proper training. That's everything in life, right? But the intention, the connection with the heart to serve others, to help them to become the better versions of themselves, that's very important. And for that, you even can use just dry leaves. This is what shamans do in the jungle. They sing with dry leaves, and people feel this elevation because it's all about trust and intention. But then using the sounds in a proper way that create harmony. For that, you really need to have like a skilled person to understand what to play in order for this harmony to be there, to be present most of the time. You could use this harmony as well, and this is important to bring those emotions that are ready to be released, but not all the time, right? So, and the vibrations as well. So, for example, the Tibetan bowls, they cannot be put on the body if the person has certain conditions, and that's pregnant women, for example, or you always, as a practitioner, you need to ask if a person is really applicable for them to put the balls on the body. But mostly for sound healing group sessions where the instruments are not on the body, is safe for everybody.
I did have a massage where they put them on my body, and at the beginning I thought, well, this is going to be doing nothing, and then by the end it was amazing.
It's amazing. That's a vibroacoustic massage. And is going 10 times deeper than a tissue massage. Yes.
So, I mean, one of the reasons I think I got Hashimoto's is that for 25 years I didn't feel my emotions. I just avoided them in a variety of ways. And I feel like a lot of people, I don't want to become someone who's now feeling my emotions and judging everyone else. I'm not. I'm focusing on myself. But I do think this is a problem in our society. How do you see all these people coming? And even if someone's listening and they're like, well, I don't want to spend money and go to sound healing and feel mad or sad. I want to feel good. Like, do you see this? People not wanting to feel their negative emotions?
Oh, absolutely. And it's not easy. It's not easy for everybody, but I see mostly for women, we are taught about just serving others. You're a mother, you're a wife, you need to serve. And then we repressed also our truth. We tend not to share what we really think about some things, for example, when you're a daughter, etc. So there are so many stories, feelings that are repressed, and then all of a sudden coming out, you need to have the courage to see them. But once you have that courage, it's incredible. You become the most powerful person. And you're able to heal yourself.
Oh yeah, but how do you find that courage? There's so many women who've never spoken up, and they've been, especially anger, right? Because women aren't supposed to be angry. It's one of the things that we're scared of being, or aggressive. I actually even have a book that I bought 10 years ago called How to Be Assertive, Not Aggressive. Because I was worried someone said I was being aggressive at work. When I was in management, I'm like, I want to do this right. How do you find the courage to start to work through that? Because a lot of women just don't know how.
I think the element of compassion, having compassion for yourself, understanding that this is an aspect of yourself that you need to honor, because the sadness or the grief, whatever is in there, the anger, there is a space for that. There is a reason that is there. Just honor that, and then have this sacred space. In some healing sessions, we are able to have this sacred space so that then you can go through those emotions and feel ready to feel them.
Well, I mean, I think the percentage of autoimmune cases it's overwhelmingly women who are experiencing these, and they don't just come out of nowhere, right? Like, we know it's two people's experiences, but we can trace back to how it happened. So I just always want to say to people, don't let it turn into an autoimmune condition.
Exactly.
Right? Like, get it.
And whatever point you are at, there's always hope. And I think that this is one of the reasons that got me into this. Like I'm so passionate about sharing sound healing because I want to bring hope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That exchange of energy that you have with people on a regular basis is something else. Like how does it make you look at the world when you see those souls come in and leave?
Oh, it's so fulfilling for me. It's so incredible. Yes. You know, I really feel that we are creating community and we are vibrating together, and this vibration, this energy is coming also, is shared with other people around.
Yeah.
So even though those people are not in the session, they're reaping the benefits.
Right, so they leave higher and they go out and...
They go into the families, into the companies, and everybody, because we are sound and vibration, everybody is elevating. So
amazing.
It's like seeds that we put, and then they're growing other places.
Now, Sonia, I'm so sorry you lost your husband during COVID.
Yeah.
And I think I went to a session like shortly after it happened. How did you cope with that, and how did you use sound healing, and how are you doing?
I'm doing well. Yes, it was a very difficult part of our lives, of course. I think what was more difficult is the fact that he was in the ICU and I couldn't be there with him. 40 days, you know, just isolated. It was very, very harsh. And of course, losing someone that is so close and so important in our lives, my sons as well. But I need to say that sound healing really, and the community that we have in Abu Dhabi, it really sustained me. Like when you do what you love and you serve others, you receive that back 10 times fold or even more. And everybody was contacting me and giving me so much support, emotional support, being there for me, for my sons. It was, you know, it really helped me to keep going.
Yeah.
And the trust that I have in what I do, in my passion, and knowing that, okay, with what I do, I will be able to sustain myself and my sons.
Wow.
And continue.
You didn't lose that center that you were going to be able to get through it. Yeah. And that 40 days must have been incredibly difficult. Did you use sound healing during then too?
Oh yes, absolutely.
Really?
Yes, and with my voice, calming myself with my voice and humming. Definitely sound healing helped me. And also the experience I had, because I said I'm not going to allow myself to go into depression again. I know what depression does to my body. And I told you before, like I know my husband worked his whole life for us and for me to be happy. So I'm gonna honor that by being happy.
Oh my God, that's all you can do. And you mentioned your voice because you're an opera singer. I was recently doing a trauma release that was the jaw, and there was humming.
Yes.
And I've been humming a lot more, and I've been singing a lot more. And yeah, do you recommend this to people? Like,
absolutely. And actually, I have a specific therapy with the voice. We go into each energy center. I got the person how to produce a sound inside, and the changes in the students are amazing. They become other person, able to talk in huge audiences and able to have better relationships with their family, with their co-workers, and it's been incredible.
Wow, so we should sing. We need to sing.
Yes.
And hum, if you don't feel like singing. Okay, so the world is very difficult right now, but I also hear people who are working in your community saying that there is a sort of an awakening and an energy increasing and rising. So can you explain what you see?
Yeah, well, what I see is there are many things happening, and we are all like cells, if you can understand the earth as an organism, and we all have different functions, let's say that way. So some of us are there to be activists, you know. Some of us are there to be pacifist and to bring these high frequencies, to send love and compassion, and some are even there to be neutral, to bring this balance. So as long as you are connected to your heart and to your divine guidance, And what you're doing is allowing you to be healthy and to be happy. Just do that, and trust divinity, trust that everything will, resolve beautifully.
And the more of us doing that, the more that other people feel it.
Yes, absolutely. And I would love to share with you some of the positive outcomes of people that have come to these sessions.
Yes.
So I have one lady, she was diagnosed with a high stage of cancer. And one friend told her, go to Manarat. And she was very skeptical. And he said, it's 1 hour of your life.
Yeah.
What can go wrong, right? She came to the session, she loved it. She said, I felt something, because many times it's difficult to describe what you feel. Then after several weeks, she had another checkup, and the cancer is not there anymore. Like, those cases that I'm able to experience and to see is so fulfilling. There was another lady, she was in her home for 6 years, very chronic panic attacks and anxiety. She couldn't go out. I did a session for her, and then she sent me the next day video from the beach. I'm telling you, thank you, Sonia, for your session. I'm here in the beach. I haven't been 6 years, and I love the beach. I love receiving the sun rays. I'm like, wow, this is incredible. It's so beautiful.
I can believe it, having gone to your sessions, that this can happen. And what do you think is happening inside the body that fast? What do you think is happening?
I mean, there are so many things that can happen, right? But I think it's this connection with the original blueprint, this connection with your center, and becoming this strong magnetic field, because you absorb the sounds that you need, the sounds that you normally are, right? And your organic structure becomes stronger, so that then anything that is not part of your original structure we have a tendency to go out.
Yeah.
Pathogens, bad cells, bad emotional patterns, whatever it is.
Right.
It just go down.
Because the idea is we are designed to be in balance and to be healthy. And so it's fallen out. And that's why the people say dis-ease, right?
Yes.
It's a state of dis-ease.
Exactly.
That's beautiful. Well, you were really helping to heal the UAE and the wider region. So I'm so glad I came across you. And I'm so happy to see your success. It's just amazing to see you flourish and help all those people. Thank you. So where can people find you?
They can find me at my Instagram account, Sonia Sings with Birds. It's a funny story, because many times I sing and the birds start singing with me. So it's so beautiful, like in Snow White,
That's why, yeah.
And I have a website as well, celestialsonia.com, and my Facebook page, Celestial Sounds Immersion.
Okay, amazing. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you.